Mic check 1 2. Right, there we go. There we go. Right, hello gamers. Can I just confirm quickly? Can everybody hear me? Like, is it coming through okay? I just want to, because it wasn't recognising my microphone literally just as I was about to press the live button. I'm hoping that it's working now. Does it sound the same as always? Because I've got, I don't know if I'll be able to lift this up and show you properly. I've got, oh shit, now I'm pressing other buttons. That should be alright. I've got one of these things, which like it's like an amp and controls like the gain and everything like that. And it wasn't displaying anything. I unplugged it last night and then I plugged it back in today. And I think it should be okay now. But hello everybody. So, we are here for the final round of the Supercross Championship. Praise the Lord, we're almost at an end. So, I want to get some excuses out today before qualifying even begins. I don't like the track. The reason I don't like it is because there are 2 quads on this track that are only doable on the Yamaha. And I know it's only doable on Yamaha because in 30 minutes of testing, I have just gone through every single bike in the MX-1 category trying to do it, and I cannot do it on anything other than the Yamaha. Now, I wanted to have a fun day today, so there is a chance, because I can't do that quad that everyone else is going to be doing, I genuinely might end up not being able to qualify for this. We shall see. But the line is that where that Yami just stepped on everything else, I have to step on here and then double into the corner. But on the Yami, you can step over this fairly easily and then triple into the corner, which will save you a whole bunch of time. So I was half tempted to just ride the Yami today, but I thought that would just be boring anyway. It's not like I'm going to win a championship or anything regardless. So I'm going to try and have some fun with it. And for those of you that are the die-hard MX Bikes fans, or you've been around the channel for a while, you should know exactly what bike I am on right now. I mean, it's a little bit of a giveaway what's on the shroud. But yeah, we are on the TM 450, and we are rocking the EICMA graphics that we ran during the LAN event in Italy. So we're going to see how that's going to go. Generally couldn't tell you last time I saw a TM in a qualifying session for this. I don't know if I'm going to make it. My best lap so far has been a 51, which, looking at the leaderboards right now, is already 2 seconds slower than Cam's is, and we've only just started this whole night. So I don't know how this is going to go. If my sources are correct, they might not be. I don't know if they are going to do it in-game, or if it's just in real life. I think 450s might be going first, but we'll see what happens as the night goes on. There's a chance that might be wrong. But regardless, we might have an early finish tonight anyway, purely because I might not qualify. So it's all up in the air a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I'll take you around the track. I'm struggling for a bit of a flow today. Some of the jumps seem a little bit oddly spaced, but we'll see. We'll see. Probably going to get a lot of cuts as well from trying to time jumping and downside in this little inside roller here. And then this is the rhythm that I'm having trouble with if I'm not on the Yami. So you meant to downside this, you then triple, and then you jump from here and step over this on the Yami, but I can't do it on the TM. I can only go on, which is going to lose me quite a bit of time. And then we've got a double triple before the whoops, skim the whoops, which again the TM's not great for because the bike's geometry is absolute arse cheeks. And then we've got a very interesting sand section. I don't understand what the creative direction is of making the inside of the sand this big to the point where you don't need to go anywhere else. I do think that's just going to be very inside dominant, and that's it for the entire night. I don't see any reason to have to change line at all. But we're going to see. We'll see how the night goes. But we've got 30 seconds left of this little practice in this qualifying server right now, and then qualifying will begin, which we have 20 minutes to try and get this very odd machine around the track. If anyone's ever ridden the TM 450, if you're experienced on the other 450s, you'll know what I'm on about. But the bike handles very, very strange. Even as far as like when you do whips and scrubs in the air, the bike doesn't really come back how you'd expect it to. So we'll see how the whole night goes. It could be very much pain. I could end up completely switching my mind if we do qualify by the race. Otherwise, it's going to be super, super painful. But yeah, it's been an interesting interesting Supercross season so far. It's been my least favourite one, I'll be honest, out of all of the ones that I have competed in. So I won't be too disappointed to see the back end of it. And I think we have 2 weeks of a break between the end of today and the first round of outdoors. So we'll see. It should be good. Should be good. I'm excited to get outdoors, get racing, have a number 1 plate on my bike as well. That'll be fun. I'll downside that without cutting the corner too much and getting your lap not count. You see a little bit there. It's like my bike was staying out to the left. It didn't want to come back straight underneath me, which is something that the TM does have trouble with. Oh, yeah. I mean, you boys know that the bike is not good. The bike is not good at all. So I feel like I give myself a good escape route by just riding a poo bike, because then we could technically blame the bike all the time, not my very poor abilities of riding said bike. But it's night and day difference riding the Yami and then going on this TM. Like, this thing is hot cheeks in comparison to the Yami. Here we go. Qualifying begins. I haven't seen any of the 250 boys yet. Generally think the 250s might struggle to go over the finish line because it is randomly very large in comparison to all of the other finish lines we've had this year that have been actually quite small. I also think there's a quad in this rhythm as well, like right in the middle there. But I haven't been able to go up and over that on any bike. But again, if there is any bike that will be able to do it, it will be the Yamaha. And it's trying to... I'll go and go over it. Oh, see... I feel like I downsided the jump before as nicely as I could do. And so it's probably a bit sketchy trying to land super front wheel high just to absorb the landing, whereas on the Yami you just kind of grease it, no problem at all. And then obviously if you can downside that, you've only just got to triple into the turn afterwards. You haven't got to go double, which is going to be so much slower. Oh my god. Bikes all over the place. Let's try and just get a lap in. I'm trying to think about it. I think like a mid to low 51 should get me inside the top 40, and that's really all we need to do. Just getting inside that top 40. And it's East-West Showdown, I think, today as well. So it should be the easiest round to qualify for in the 450 class, because the least amount of people are doing it. This isn't Stone Rider's fault either, by the way, but I really hate the real-life track crews when they decide to put, like, double triples or triple doubles before whoops, because... I mean, real life is fine, but in-game it translates over really poorly because you never want to go triple in and double out because you end up having to slam on the brakes just before taking off of the double. Otherwise, you just land in the face of the whoops and get no speed. So you're forced to tuck inside here and go double and then triple just to try and get a good run through the whoops. And it just it makes it so much more one-lined than it would be any other way. Who do I think's winning the East Championship? I think Max Anstey is going to make a random surprise appearance and somehow gain more than 25 points that you get for winning a race, and he's going to win the championship. Everyone else is going to get penalised for dangerous riding. That's how it's going to work. No, actually, I have no idea. I'm having to put every like little bit of body movement into this thing just to get it up and over these jumps, okay? And then it's probably losing me quite a lot of time in the whoops. Can't get over the finish line from the inside here, I don't think, but it gives you a decent end to the lap, save a bit of time. Don't know why I've done that, actually, because I wasn't even on the lap in the first place, and the lap didn't count regardless because I went too far inside in the next right-hand 90 at the end of this straight, because again, we've got to try and precisely land right there to be in with a chance of getting a hot lap. So, yeah, very, very, very interesting circumstances today. I wouldn't say... I don't even think the TM is slow in terms of just, like, straight line speed. It's the bike's handling that is absolutely atrocious. It feels horrific. It's like you're trying to ride a... The best way I can explain it is if you have, like, let's say your rider is just a sphere, and that's the weight of where it is, and that sphere is just right in the middle of your rider's body, as if he's got as if he's really, really fat. All of the weight is just right in the middle of the bike. It feels like when you're riding the TM that all of that weight is above the rider's head. So if you imagine all the weight's like right up here, as soon as you get like a tiny bit off balance, or if you're trying to lean it, it topples you side to side really easily. There's no stability to the bike at all. And that's what I don't understand about this thing. I mean, it just doesn't want to come back round from a whip. Doesn't want to track through the corners. It's not nice. I've tried the Suzuki Aiden, but yeah, again, the bike is so disgustingly slow in comparison to the other bikes that half the lines that you want to take around a track like this to even give you a chance of qualifying, you just can't do. Like, it's not quick enough to do it. It's even stupid things, like if you downside that jump absolutely perfectly, you can still only just barely make the triple afterwards on the Suzuki, and that is to absolute perfection. Whereas if you go and hop on the Yami, you can go and overjump it by half a bike length and still clear the triple no problem. So there's just a lot more room for error when you're riding the Yamaha. So I mean, I hate seeing a field of blue, but there is a reason for it. Like, it is just a far superior machine. I don't know what it is about it. It just hooks up really, really well, I think, is the thing. It gets all the power down to the ground when you want it. I mean, I've got to be pretty damn perfect to try and get a lap here that would even be considered top 40 cut-off time. And the way this qualifying's going so far, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. I think I maybe should have just hopped on the Yami. Oh, too far inside. Actually, that lap might count. I tried moving the bike over to the left a bit more, so... Really difficult to downside that well, but again, it's a line that you just have to do. I reckon I lose about a second there to the top boys. Oh, and a whole bunch more time now, so I didn't get over that double clean. Do. If I somehow make it in, I might not be able to race on this thing, because there is a limit. There is a limit to what I'm able to do, and I don't... Based on how my laps are going so far, I generally think I'd have a better chance of putting it top 9 in the heat if I rode a two-stroke again like I did last week. It feels harder to get around the track on this right now than it did that two-stroke last week. And annoyingly, you can't leave qualifying and rejoin on a different bike because it boosts the servers. The alternative option is, yeah, you go triple, and then you have to slam on the brakes, go over the double, and then you just have no speed for the whoops at all. I'm in trouble, gamers. I think I've made the wrong choice here. I should have just rode the two-stroke again or hopped on the Yami. Okay, I'm going to have to check up and not be able to do that. We quad. Oh, there we go. That was a decent recovery. I'm still 0.7 down though. It's all going to depend on this double triple. Wasn't bad. Awful run through the whoops. Bike didn't settle at all. Out the bells, you goober. That one did count. So I'm 2 seconds off a cam, but I'm 4th in this session, so that should definitely put me top 40. Okay, and stop stressing about it now. So step 1 is done. Step 2 is trying to get comfortable enough on this thing that I think I could put it top 9 in a heat race. Hmm. What, you mean quad? You mean quad out of this corner? Maybe. Maybe with a bit of a road as well when you got something to bank off of in the turn. Also maybe on a better bike. Other than that, not too sure. It might be worth me trying to just go on-off on that table rather than trying to downside it. I know that's what the 250 boys are having to do to get any sort of good rhythm going through that section there. I'll try it this lap, see what the outcome is, see what rhythm's possible from it. Don't know why I expect any different. Just trying to work out what I've done wrong there to warrant the front end just knifing on me. I definitely think if I was on the Yami right now, I could go a minimum of a second quicker. Minimum. Alright, let me try going on-off here and see what the outcome is. On-off, triple... I'm not gonna say too much. I complain too much. I'm very excited that this season's going to be over after tonight. That's as much as I'm gonna go into. Hello, Island. Thank you very much. Staying on track is slower. I do agree. Yes, if I could ride off the side of the track and find some sort of scummy line, I would definitely do so. I'm down that horrendous. Thank you very much. I always appreciate you. Oh, now I've jumped too far to the right, so that's going to mean I can't carry as much speed over this. Oh, stretch that out. Nice. On, off, double to the inside. Oh, that double is tiny. Oh. So, prime example right there of why this TM is hot arse cheeks, because I went to lean over, and then the bike just decided it didn't really want to be leant over anymore because all the weight's up here in my head, and it just started going in a straight line again, and it just didn't settle. So I was about 0.7 up on my time then, but the bike just said no. They haven't made any announcements about the beta for outdoors. I think it's just going to be a given that it's going to be banned. I don't see the OEM team making an update anytime soon. So yeah, I think we'll still be all in blue for the outdoors. Chase is managing to make the Honda work well for him in GPs at the moment, and I asked him for the setup to give it a go, and I still think it's hot garbage, so I don't know how he's managing to do it. That's more impressive to me, going fast on the Honda, than the boys winning on the Yamis. Yeah, it's painful. We need to keep a note of the lap time that I'm doing here, because I want to go into testing and hop on that Yami and see what's what, to see just how much of a difference it makes. I can't even scrub a jump right. Like, the weight of it is just all over the place. It's horrific. No, okay. So lap's ruined again. Oh. And the funny thing is, I believe Jesse, who's part of the OEM team, he loves TMs. I really enjoys them. So it's not even that they make the bike bad on purpose. It's just a bit of an anomaly bike. I have no idea why it is so awful every iteration of it. It's all to do with the geometry. Again, power-wise, it's not bad. It's just, I mean, you can see what I'm going through. I just didn't think it would be this bad. I thought it would be a little bit more bearable. Try third gear in the turns. Just roll it on. Oh, Bro's going backwards. He doesn't like the track. He's making his own path. Oh, I've gone too far. People on track. Okay. I think I'm getting over that. Like, honestly, boys, this is... I might just fuck off qualifying now and just hope that I make it in, because I'm not going faster. Like, that thing is horrific. So that was a 51.1 was my lap time there. I want us to keep that in mind real quick. I've got no desire to ride that thing anymore. I thought I was going to try and just mix it up a bit and try and have fun on that tonight, but I don't think I can subject myself to that in the races. It is unreal how bad that is. Let's see what the Yamaha does really quickly. Honda or KX, I wouldn't really advise either of them, to be honest. 250 though, Honda is very clear. But for whatever reason, the 450 Honda is just not good. And I don't even... The power of a lot of the bikes isn't the issue. A lot of it is just the handling. So we had a 51.1. Let me set us a little track marker right here. I could ride the two-stroke, that is true. Could ride the two-stroke. Let's see what this goes like. Oh, I think I'm in the barrels actually, so this might be... Oh no, still alive. Ah, lap's not going to count. Front end just went slightly inside the barrels. We'll keep an eye on what the timer is as I go across the line, just to give it a rough idea. But look, you see, I literally flat landed going over that table, and I still got over the triple after it, no problem, where I have to absolutely grease it on the TM. This actually, that might be slower. Never mind. That was a 50.8 as I went across the line there, and you could see that it was just a very shit lap. So yeah, I do like complaining. I'm really, really good at it. But the TM is just not worth... I wouldn't... You don't even piss on it if it's on fire. So it's actually unreal. Sorry, Outlaw. I'll put the controller overlay on. Let me try the two-stroke to see if it's bearable or not. If it's not, I might just try hard a bit tonight and actually just ride the Yami and try and see a good result for the last round of the year. These are still exactly the same bikes, Brett. These are the bikes that are meant to be balanced. They're just not. The reason is purely down to you can give all the bikes the same power. Like, you could give the TM more power than the Yami and more power than the KTM if you wanted to. It might even have more power, I don't know. But it's the geometry. It's how the bikes handle is the issue. Can't even remember last week kind of what gear I had to ride this bike in now. I think a lot of it was seconds, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. What's wrong with me? Jesus. I might have to ride the Yamaha type boys just to be able to get around the track. I think my thumbs are broken. Maybe it's a bad day. Do you ever have days where you just have, like, it's a bad gaming day? Like, you can't do anything right? Because I was playing a bit of Warzone before loading the stream up, just doing a rebirth. And I couldn't shoot straight on that either. I was getting absolutely ruined. Whereas last night was actually a really good night. I was dropping double-digit kills most games. But yeah, today, I don't know. I don't seem to be able to do anything. Let me, you know what, let's try it. We'll try leaning forwards. Should we try that? Let's put this a little bit higher so I've got a bit more of my head in the screen. So we're going to go, we'll go on MX1. Again, there's a chance I might not even qualified. We'll see what happens. Let's go on the Yami. Let me just go into testing. I'll spin a couple of laps and just see if I can get some sort of a flow going. Because I don't even feel like I've learnt the track yet because I've been battling against the bikes more than anything. We'll see. We shall see. Get some WD-40 on the thumbs. I just need... I don't know, I'm just old. I'm just old. The thumbs don't do what they're told anymore. Right. Okay, the checkpoint's still set. Yeah, we'll try leaning forwards a bit more. We'll get into it. Rather than reclining. Okay, third gear wasn't needed there at all. Second gear is what it wanted. Second over. I think the whole track's just second gear on this thing, to be honest. And over that. Around the corner. And over that. Downside this. Actually downshift first, get a bit more oomph for that. Quad up and over. Triple into the turn. So much more time saved. Double in. Triple out. Do. Down to second gear for the sand. Would go first, but then you have to really quick shift coming out of the corner anyway, so it doesn't matter. Quite a poor last turn. That was a 49.8. So 1.3, almost 1.4 seconds quicker on the second lap of the bike. I think it's quite a good, pretty damn good example when people ask, like, why does everyone ride the Yamaha or there's too much blue? You've just seen first-hand why. Because I gave that TM a good honest shot. I really, really did. I tried to make it move, and it just doesn't. And you can see that the issue that you've got is if you've got tracks like this one, where you've got a line like jumping from here and having to downside this table, I don't think you can do it on anything other than the Yamaha, just because of the way it tracks. And it is disgusting, the differences. It's unreal. There's a chance I might not even get top 40 right now, based on how these times are going. So we'll see what happens. But it's my own fault. I was actually hovering over the bike. You know, when you join the server, you can either just straight up join, or you can choose your bike and then join. I actually was hovering over the bikes for ages, and was like, do I, don't I? Because once you join the server, that's it, you're committed to it. And I thought, yeah, sure, we'll give it a go, and I shouldn't have given it a go. I was almost able to quad this on the TM. Can you quad it on the Yami? Oh, almost. Don't know what you do after that. You just end up launching into the whoops, and I guess you need to hope you get a lucky bounce. No, I agree with you, Aiden. I agree. I don't know the... So for the testing, I don't know the extent of... Wait, sorry, when you say balancing, I don't know the extent of the testing to confirm their balance, or if it was a case of we'll change these numbers to bring them closer in line with each other and then release that. But yeah, it's all... The thing is, the game is all based on feel. Like, if you're on a bike that is a little bit slower, as long as you're comfortable on it, you can still put up a pretty damn good shot. And the issue you have is, obviously, lines like this, you can see I'm getting over that very, very easily now on this thing. That's a big difference maker. But then also the issue is, so like the TM, for example, not a slow bike, but just handles like absolute shit is the issue. So you can't get comfortable on it. So you can't even then be competitive with the other bikes. I mean, the gap between a lot of the 250s seems to be a bit closer. You see more colour there, but for these things, it seems to be all yammy at the moment. I think there's a high spot in the middle there that I just saw. I took off on the lowest spot and I still got up and over it. Don't know if it's just the norms playing tricks on my eyes, but it looked like there was a slightly higher spot on the takeoff in the middle. Check me DMs. Better not be making me download anything. I'm not really too bothered about it, Ols, but now I feel bad because you've gone out of your way to make it. Second gear is better for that quad, just so you get more you just get more power out of it. If I was to use third gear to try and get up and over that, then I'll be bogging, so I won't really be moving too much. I won't be getting the most power out of it that I can do. Let me... That was my Discord. Don't go checking yours. I'm a bit nervous now that I might not have made it in. Let me load up the website. Oh, I need to close all these tabs. There's a lot of tabs here I need to close. Alright, close that, close that, close that. Pardon me, burp up my dinner. Close that. Refresh. Heat race list. Did I make it in? Yes, I came 22nd. So I'm never riding that again. So what did I get? Wait, what did I get? A 49.8? I mean, even a 49.8 would have only put me in about 10th, but I mean, that was literally after 2 laps, so hopefully I could have gone a bit quicker than that after a couple, but yeah, 22nd place, not ideal. We're in heat number 2, but I did hear, I mean, servers aren't up yet, so I'll go back into testing. There is a rumour that 450s might be going first tonight. I wonder if any of these top boys are quadding what I've just hit there. Even like the scaling is very odd in a lot of these sections around here. It feels like some rhythms are forced. So it's just little things like, obviously I haven't looked at the track map, so this could be completely wrong. It's just going based on feel. It feels like the gap between this 5-footer and then like that 3-footer there, like that feels such a big distance there. And then you've got these 3 that are fairly close together. But then you get to the end of the rhythm here, and then it feels like the gap between this 5-footer and then the single at the end is huge as well. It's like some things feel quite stretched out that don't usually feel stretched out. Ah. Feels odd. I don't like the way I'm approaching that finish line jump there from the side. I've got to turn left and then turn right again for doing this. And then scrubbing from right side over to the left. That feels nicer. It's a better start to the lap. Yeah, look, I can scrub that on the Yamaha. I had to stretch it out on the TM. It's ridiculous. I haven't really had a great run through the whoops yet. I'm not sure what the strat is. They're just different to the other ones. Might be the spacing. They seem quite close together. Oh, scrubbed it too hard that time. God damn! I think I was like 0.3 up. So there's promise. I'm going to try and do the OG method where we just lean back and try and wheelie half the whoops, but it wasn't having it. The front end didn't want to come up. Right, let's have a little looksy-looksy. Announcements. No, I don't see any announcements about 450s going first. Shifting up and down in the air, it's just a habit. I don't think it benefits me at all. It translates over from my MX Simulator days. Basically in Sim, if you was gonna like nosedive a little bit, you'd bang it up the gearbox in the limiter, just get the rear wheel spinning faster. So I just do it on this game as well. It probably makes no difference at all. You see, I stay on the limiter the whole time and just change up and down. Mostly to stop me from going over the bars, but then if I like keep it in third gear rather than changing back down again, then I bog a bit on the landing. So yeah, I just change up to make sure I don't dip the front end, and I change back down again to be in the right gear that I need to be in. Quali's happened. Quali's finished. We're just waiting for the heat race servers to go up now. I want to see if you can quad this on the Yami. If you can. That, it seems very setup dependent. Like if you've got a suspension that's a tiny bit springier, you'll probably get up and over that a lot easier. But I wouldn't want to do that in a race. It might be fine to try and risk it in a quali session, but I wouldn't want to try and do that in the race and come up short. I don't even know if it's really worth it. What's the alternative here? So you go on, off, triple again. Thank you very much, Mr. Big Cookie Sosa, for the dollar. Little tie tap, backflip. Ah, too much. Right. Still no servers. Slow night tonight. I don't know why Squills, Jesus Christ, Skills quit the game. I don't think he's quit it entirely. I think he just messes about on it now. I think he's just over the racing aspect. I'm not speaking directly for Skills either. This is just how I feel and my experiences of the game, which might be similar for him. I have no idea. When you have been at the top of this game, like Skills has been, to the point where you then burn yourself out, so you don't want to play as much, but you still want to compete, you then realise that when you are competing and you're not winning anymore because you aren't putting in that same amount of time as you used to, the game isn't as enjoyable anymore. Like, a lot of people say, "Oh, just play for fun," or "you complain a lot on this, that, and the other," and it's like, I like winning. is my issue. Like, I like competing, but I also hate losing at the same time. So you probably find Skills is probably just over it, you know? He doesn't do this for a job in the same way that I do, so there's no incentive for him to keep turning up each week and getting beaten, essentially. And he probably also doesn't want to have to put in the same amount of time as he used to in the past to be that dominant. So that's probably why he just doesn't bother racing anymore. And he could even just have a group of friends now, they all just play different games together and chill and enjoy it. And that's probably the most important thing, to be honest. This game is such a drain to try and stay at the top of. And it's a horrible feeling when you've been at the top and then you can't compete to that same level anymore. So I don't blame people for quitting, essentially, and not wanting to do it anymore. I'm doing 450 outdoor. I'm just not doing GPs because I'm commentating the GPs. What did I see it? Oh, it's because it went a super chat, that's why. Thank you very much, Tom. Can different setups change the power and acceleration? It won't change the numbers behind the scenes, but it can feel like you might have more acceleration. Because let's say you make a very, very soft setup, so the rear squats a lot, basically. That will give you more traction, essentially. So it might feel like you've got more acceleration. Alternatively, if your setup is rock hard, the bike won't really compress under the power, so it'll feel like your back end slides around a little bit more. But no, to my knowledge, I don't even know to the extent exactly how much the mapping changes. Because if they've made race mappings for different bikes, surely that would feel like, yeah, maybe it does change the power, but I always thought it just changes how much power you deliver at different rev ranges. But no, in terms of like suspension and stuff like that, none of that changes the speed of the bike. Right. Are we racing yet, boys? What's going on? Yes, we are. Right, servers went up a minute ago. Let's go and join it. Oh, it's easier to say, Sonny. It's easy to say that you just keep playing just to stay number one, but the other issue you got in this game is there's no real incentive other than ego to be number one. It's not like you can make a living out of it. Like, yeah, there's some teams that pay you a little bit of money for wins, but most of the time that's only in like aerial wins. And maybe someone, I mean, Elevate doesn't exist anymore, but I think they was paying people like 100 for a win. Maybe not even that, maybe like 50. So if that happens once a week, maybe twice a week if you do GPs as well, you ain't making a living off 100 a week. Oh, Godis, you absolute legend. Thank you so, so much. 10! 10! Godis is always good. Godis, we love you around here. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you. You know how to lift my spirits. I'm hoping that the heat race gets a little bit better. And then I'm hoping that the main goes a bit better as well. We'll see. I've given myself a really bad position to be in here, because I'm now going to have a really bad gate pick based on my qualifying, so that's going to make the heat race difficult, and then a bad heat race will then mean a bad main event, or yeah, bad main event gate position. So yeah, I've not made life easy for myself in this, but we'll see. I hope how it goes. Thank you, Godis. You are an absolute legend. I mean, to anybody that is newer to the game, it's probably quite hard to understand exactly where I'm coming from, but I wish I could go back 4 years to where I was learning the game again, and to where the game wasn't as competitive as it is right now. I think that's probably quite a lot of the reason why I'm going to enjoy MTG a lot when it releases, is because it's something new to relearn. I like learning games. It's then, once I've done everything there is to do in it, and I've learned everything in it, it does get a bit boring. Like, I love learning new things and trying to be better at things, and I like watching people that are better than me do things at anything in life, not just games. So I like watching sports, I like watching real life GoPros, etc. Anyone that's better than me at something, I enjoy watching it and learning from it. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Lame Disaster. I appreciate it. I appreciate the good luck wishes, boys. I know this season has been a bit of a roller coaster. It's been a bit shit. I had me one win at round 5 at Tampa, and then it's been pretty rough after that. I feel like I'm a 7th place merchant, but I do appreciate everyone that comes back week in and week out, and I think a lot of us are in the same boat at the moment anyway with this Supercross season and just want it to be done. I think outdoors is going to be so much better. I am looking forwards to it. I've been trying to, every now and then, just hop on the game and try and tweak suspensions and stuff, but I'm not really feeling that comfortable outdoors yet, so I'm not sure what I'm missing. I don't know if it's just because I perform better in races once I get a flow going than I do trying to just ride around in testing. We'll see, but I'm hoping the outdoors season I do a bit better than 7th every race. We'll see how it goes. Yes, Ols, I do have plans. You're such a fucker. You know exactly what you're doing. Unfortunately, boys, as well, we got 2 weeks off, or we got 1 week off. Yeah, hair's coming through, Islam. It's growing. I thought it would be a bit thicker than it is right now, so I'm hoping, again, just over the next few months, up to a year, it'll get thicker as it goes on. But the actual line itself is much better than it was before. Is it just 1 week? Oh, okay. So I will not be streaming next weekend. That includes the Friday. I won't be streaming Friday, Saturday, or Sunday because I am otherwise occupied in real life. So I apologise for that, but it lines up perfectly that it would be in the off week anyway. But yeah, after that we will. Who is Zoom? He's running. I've never heard. He's running. He looks like Pumpakasu, just because he's rocking the mullet. But it says he's on club. I have no idea who this is. I'm guessing he is watching the stream because he waved and looked across just now. I'm running the number 1 because I was too lazy to put on another bike and I was already had Tyler's bike on in the background. It's not my bike at all. Thank you very much, Lions. So what's up? Really waiting for MTG, as I'm sure you are. Good luck tonight. Hopefully you can show these young whippersnappers what's up. Thank you very much, Timed Lions. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing better as well. I've not seen you in the races as much as the start of the year. But I saw you started doing better after our little coaching session earlier on in the year, but I hope you're doing well. Zoom is Pump. Yeah, okay. Don't you find that's quite funny that I was able to know it was Pump just because he was rocking the mullet on the helmet? That's quite funny. Hello, Kevo. Yeah, this bike isn't mine, boys. Just trying to emphasise. What gear am I running? I've got my gear on. This is the Daytona gear. It's alright. I'll force BP to cook me a fire setup for the outdoors season. I might message Dashpack and see what sort of model swaps he has going on as well. I don't know if I've got that on anymore, Alex. I don't have that on anymore. I apologise. I know exactly what you've tried to do, and I'm just imagining that it would sound really good. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. Right, heat race time. 4 litres should 100% be enough for 6 minutes plus a lap, but I'm guessing I'm going to be just inside of the box, which I am. So we'll see. The issue is, on my screen, if I get a good jump, it's going to look like I've got the whole shot, and it gives you a false sense of confidence for moving over, which everybody does. And I always complain about other people doing it. So I don't know if I should join in and do it myself, or if I should try and lead by example and not do it and just check up and try and go underneath. We'll see. I don't even know. How far do I lean? Let's go to the radiator cap. No, not enough. Okay, we'll let everyone go. So I know for the actual race I need to lean a little bit further forwards than that. Of course we'll try and step on top of Dorian's head. Oh, thank you very much, Godis. Probably shouldn't have looked across when I was in that big of a field. You know, I expected to get caught up in a little bit of drama on the start. Probably about to land on someone else here. I am. I'm not going to try jump into that inside, though. I'm going to go around it. And I think we're already inside the top 9. So that's not too shabby. And hopefully we can just carry on moving forwards. I'm not going to try and step over that just yet. Hoping Callum knows that I'll be going to the inside here. Double in. And change up to 3rd in the air and then to 4th. Try and stay on the top of the whoops a little bit better. Downshift to 2nd for the sand. What on earth have I just witnessed? I'm going to say in a calm voice, because otherwise it feels like I'm hating on all of them when I say this. Average NA rider moment. That is one of the worst track crunches I've ever seen, and of course it comes from one of the NA riders. I think he's from NA. That ping does look a little bit dark to be from NA, to be honest, but that's basically how racing the GPs went for me in the 2 races that I did do before they got annoyed that I was doing it. There's the general race IQ and lack of awareness is something to behold. It's very interesting to watch. And of course, out of the whole situation, I was the one that came off worst there. Attempted murder, yeah, basically. The only downside, it's not attempted is the issue, it's just accidental murder. But yeah, people just don't really think too much. They panic because it's the start of the race and they don't want to lose a bunch of positions, and then it just ends up worse because you do like a bad track entry, get into somebody else, and it just all goes downhill from there. I mean, it's fine, it's not the end of the world, we're still top 9, we're still in a transfer spot. It just means I'm going to have a really far outside gate in the main event. I definitely had enough speed to get up and over that quad. Just a bit scared of risking it at the moment. Oh, I actually preferred keeping it in 2nd on the downside there and then shifting to 3rd for the whoops rather than shifting to 3rd on the landing and then going up to 4th. Sliding out a bit in that right-hander. Need to try and be smoother. I mean, I'm only 10 seconds down after what I think's been a couple stinky opening laps. Oh, a bit wide. It's fine. I'll come up short. I have to check up that time. And we're going to go triple, quad, fairly clean. So that's kind of the recovery line from what I'm feeling, what I'm guessing. Should we try and attempt to make a pass around the outside on the sand? Oh wait, just kidding. The inside rut's 10 feet tall, so there's no reason to take any other line. I mean, we've got ruts, and that's what we've been asking for. Oh, I'm going to get a second of cuts for that. I think I was quite far over on the right around that corner. What an annoying track to try and pass anybody on. I've said the entire year. Jesus Christ. Oh, it is just a bit of follow the leader, isn't it? I'm going to be very, very happy lining up on outdoors and having a little bit of a chance. Hopefully Callum knows I'm here. Don't feel like that was too aggressive at all. Oh, I see Nico lurking in chat. How you doing, Nico? Hope you are good. Oh. That's fun. Davey's having a great race so far. He's up here in 4th. Okay, went a little bit too far again, so I've got to check up. I don't think you actually... Oh, okay, never mind. I'll say I don't think you lose too much time from taking the alternative line, but I even messed up the alternative line as well. Oh, whoops are going away quickly. They always do tend to run quite a higher road set-in for the heat races, though, just to spice it up a little bit. I mean, no disrespect to anybody in this race at all, and it is mostly because it's a 250 shootout round, but there really is not much competition in this class at this point. I mean, I shouldn't really be in third place after the race that I've had so far. Who's there? I've got Jake in front of me. I'll be honest, I think I'd be annoyed with myself if I finish any worse than third, based on the people that we got in here. And again, it's not me trying to have an ego or anything, it's just based on my own expectations and results in the past. But I'm very happy we made the decision to not touch that TM anymore. I don't know if there's anyone that would generally be upset if they removed it from the pack entirely just to save download space. But it was that was horrific, and we all saw how horrific it was. That was bad, and that's on what's meant to be a Supercross setup as well. I couldn't imagine trying to ride a stock. I feel bad for Nico because obviously, when that LAN event was going on, we had all these real-life sponsors involved. It was kind of like we were forced to ride that TM, and everyone absolutely hated it back then as well. It was kind of like, we can't do anything else. It's what we have to ride for the event, for the sponsors to be happy. I've noticed in real life at the moment, I'm seeing so many more TMs about than I ever have done before. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm screwed. Oh! I'm very sorry to this lapper that I'm taking so long. Just squidding about. There we go. We'll finish this in third. There was a chance of a second there if I didn't mess up that last lap so much, because I was only 0.5 behind Jake at one point. But there you go. I mean, that's going to give me, worst case scenario, a 6th place gate pick for the heat. So if I don't almost loop my Larry coming out of the gate, could be alright. Could be. I just need to... So for that, I used the bottom of my screen. I leant to the top of the radiator cap. So I think if I lean maybe to... I'll put my cursor on the screen. If I was leaning to here. If I lean maybe to like in line with this, or a little bit higher than that, so maybe about like there, I shouldn't wheelie, so we might get a good start. Oh, thank you very much, Sasu. Sorry, I'm just playing catch up a little bit with the chat. Need to try not to read it so much while I'm racing. Thank you very much as well, Godus. That's when I looked over quickly, but I couldn't read the message whilst playing. Gonna play Enshrouded. Take care and good luck. I hope you enjoy Enshrouded. It's not a game that I've played myself, but I'm hoping that you enjoy it. To be fair, in the NA stream... Wait, who in NA streams and calls them out on the bullshit? That's a good point, actually. I don't know if anyone does. And so, by the way, when I say, like, average NA moment, by the way, I'm not just saying, like, every person from North America that plays the game rides like shit. I'm saying from my experiences, and of course this could be... where I have bad ping in an NA serves as well, doing me dirty. It seems like anyone you try and race around when you're doing these pro NA races, you just kind of get ran through and moved out the way. Whereas I feel like a lot of the EU races is a lot more patience. Oh, thank you very much for the 20, Dank. Boo Yamaha, I want to see the TM game. You don't want to see the TM gameplay. If you are craving a bit of TM, then just replay the qualifying session over and over. And hopefully that'll give you your fix, but no, I can't put myself through it, I can't. It was so bad. But yeah, the NA races, at least the GPs, but it's also hard to compare because the EU and the NA formats of racing are completely different. So a lot of the EU races, specifically outdoors as well, you're still kind of learning the track, especially in Moto 1, because you've only had the track for like an hour max before the racing starts, if you include your 30 minutes of testing and then 30 minutes of qualifying. So because people are still learning the track, they don't mind moving out into different lines and experimenting and maybe not trying to race you too hard because they don't want to go down themselves yet. Whereas for a lot of the NA boys, everyone's already worked out what the fastest lines are, even if it's only like a tenth quicker in each corner. They know what the fast line is and then don't want to change line because of that, which is also understandable. I mean, if you think about it, if the person in front of you is taking all the fastest lines and you then want to try and take an alternate line to pass them and lose a tenth in every single corner, you're going to be losing like 2 seconds a lap. So I do get it. I just think that people are a lot more aggressive on the NA side of things. It's... The general pace of play, I think, is just quicker. And I don't mean in terms of, oh, just the lap times are quicker and everyone in NA is quicker. I mean, everything just seems to be happening faster. Because everyone's played the track for longer, all the lap times are closer together. So you've got 10 people around you at all times. You're trying to dodge bikes here, there and everywhere. And it's stressful. It really, really is stressful. I don't envy the NA boys at all. I can see why a lot of them choose to do the EU series. I think is a much better format of racing for the night. But it's it can be sketchy. And to be fair to Caden, in that exact situation that just happened, you probably find he crashed here, landed, bike got stuck in the trench, he tried pulling away, dumped the clutch, and his bike just looped out and hit me. That's all it is. So it's not like... I don't know, it's just one of them things. Wrong place at the wrong time. It just seems to happen quite a lot for me at the moment. Sonny, are you telling me that you haven't been watching my videos? Is this what you're telling me right now by asking if I've ever rode a Fat Cats? Because it sounds that way. I think you should make 2 different tracks with small changes like soil type in a few turns. How... What do you mean to separate for the EU, one for the EU boys and one for the NA boys? I don't know. I don't know if that would... I don't know if that would be good or not. No, I completely disagree with you there, or AF, sorry, 128. We've gone back and in the GP races many, many times and had a look in the overhead view and compared one to the other, and EU's, if there's 4 ruts on a track, EU would have used all 4 and 2 of them would have been used in NA. At least from my experience. Like Lugo's a prime example. We had a little fly around Lugo after both motors of the GP was done, and all of the ruts were used in every corner. And then I raced the NA one later that night, and 2 of them were just completely smooth and not touched. But that's, again, that's just my experience. Hello, Mike. That pyramid training, it was okay. It weren't bad at all. Like, the bad thing about having that Varg is you can hear me breathing heavy going into some of the corners. But I thought I'd done okay. It didn't feel too bad. The track that we was riding that day, it was private hired, so it probably only had like... I'm trying to think of how many people there. It probably had a maximum of like 12 bikes on it the entire day. So the track don't really get too chewed up. So it's hard to build up too much stamina because you've not got too much choppy stuff going on. But it's still good to put more bike time in. And just trying to get more comfortable on the bike itself. But it's nice to have a purpose for something rather than just spinning laps, like just trying to focus on getting your fitness up a little bit as well. I plan on doing the same thing next week as well. Although next week I might do it a bit different. I might get Kale, who was the one doing the timing for me and BP on the side. I might just ask him to set like a 20-minute timer, and I just do a 20-minute moto rather than stopping and going again. I need to have a look. I mean, some of you guys in here, a lot of you guys in here are probably a lot more knowledgeable than I am in terms of real life setups on bikes. My issue is I don't know what to do to a bike to get it to handle how you want. In the same way, I'm really shit at giving feedback on how the bike feels. I can tell you if something feels off. What I can't do is tell you what I want changed to it to make it feel different. So I'll just show you one tiny little clip. I'll play over it multiple times and see if I can find it. So I had the front suspension sent off and set up for like my weight, etc. before the GoPro footage that I posted yesterday. Now, the front end on that bike, so it's set up to my weight, and it feels in the turns and on jump landings, etc. it feels very, very comfortable. So like the rear sag set, so the rear actually feels fine. I've got no issues with the rear at all. It's more through the front. Like stuff feels very harsh and very brutal. So we're going to this exact same track next Wednesday, because there's another private hire going on there. I need to mess around with it on the chop, because going into this corner here, it's not particularly bumpy, but you'll watch to see how much kind of force comes through the front end here. And you'll also notice that after this lap, every lap after this, I refuse to go to the inside and I just go around the outside because it's smoother, because you can see how much it's beating me up. But if I just play this, you can see, and you can tell me if you think anything's wrong or if you think it's okay and I'm just being a pussy. It just seemed like it was a really harsh one, which then unsettled the bike and got me skipping a little bit. So it's like if I can't feel comfortable over the bumps and getting the bike settled into the corner, I'm never going to be able to get the corner nice as well. Like it just felt a little bit too harsh. Which is why after this I just started going around the outside the whole time. But then in the ruts and on the landings of jumps and like landing singles to flat and stuff, it feels really good. Like it feels nice. So my issue as well is because this year is the first year in a very long time I'm actually getting frequent bike time, it's hard to know what's normal and what isn't. So if I'm going through a section like that, in my head, I'm just like, well, it's just because I'm a bit shit that it's wrong. Like, should I be changing anything or should I just be getting used to the bike a bit more? Because in this, I'm stood up, I'm leant back, and I've got front and rear brake being pulled in over this stuff. It's not like I'm sat down, out of position, all horrible, but it just feels like really aggressive in some situations like that. But BP's going to try and see if we can get a suspension guy out next week just to have a look and change some things for me. In regards, sorry, your message there, Splash, about it. I enjoy the bike. It lets you focus on your riding a lot more than anything else. But what you said about being safe around other people, you have to think for others. Like if you're going to dive up the inside of someone last minute, you need to shout, because they have no clue that you're there whatsoever. So you have to let them know some way. You need to shout at them that you're there. But then you have the issue, how do you shout at someone without sounding angry? Because it's not an angry shout. If you're going like, whoa, because you have to be loud so they can hear you over their bike, how do you do that without sounding like you're pissed off or angry at someone or tell them to get out of the way rather than just letting them know that you're there? That is the only downside to it that I've found so far. That's the only issue that I've found with the bike. Yeah. And I know that you can only get so much practice in these conditions. But still, little bits like going into this corner, you get a rough idea of how the bike's handling over the choppy stuff, and you can adjust it accordingly. What it doesn't show off too well around this track, which annoys me when I watch GoPros back, 'cause it just makes me look so much slower, is like this whole turn hit, like all of this is just powdery dust where the track's hard pack. You've got all of this is all like rocks, this isn't lumps of mud, this is all like flints and it's all slick. Thank you very much, Double Dose. Try to get all your braking down before it. So then I've kind of let off and then coast through that as well. Then I just feel like I'm giving up a lot of time. I mean, I give up a lot of time anyway, but so like you can also this is kind of falling away from you as well when it's all slick and stony. So when I watch corners like this, it looks really, really slow. But it's just because you're spinning and sliding the whole time. Even to the point where it's little bits like this. Ideal world, here I would have braked and then gone to the inside. But I was more worried because of how slick and flinty it is. If I get on the brakes hard and try lean into that inside right now when my bike's pointing to the left, I'm worried the front end's going to tug. So there, I push it out of it. Whereas the other laps I do, I make a point to jump further to the right. But, yeah. Get someone to film me from the side. Yeah, that's a good point. I could do. No AJP logos yet. This is still the old owner's logos that I've got on it. Other than this sticker right here, which is Ols's sticker, since he's the jet wash guy for the bikes at the races. This is the only one that I've added on separately. But yeah, it's still the old owner's stuff. I was just trying to practice like ruts a bit better. So like starting this and trying to follow it smoothly the whole way around. And this like first lap, it wasn't terrible, but the more and more tired that I get throughout the day, the worse and worse I get at it. Because the track that I'm going to in a week's time, a week and a half's time, is going to be ruts that are twice as deep as this, if not 3 times as deep as this, everywhere. And I'm shit at ruts at the moment. And I'm so bad at leaning the bike the right amount. I either lean too much and start dabbing a foot, or I don't lean enough and I high side myself and basically just stand myself up in it. I'm trying to get comfortable enough on the bike to know how much to lean at certain speeds. You reckon it's too fast for rebound? Go a few clicks slower. Show chat my goggles. There's nothing wrong with my goggles. My goggles are fine. Oh, Jesus Christ. But I mean, I'll probably be able to make some changes to it next week, because I'll be riding at the same place again. It depends how beaten up the track gets, because if the track is fairly smooth the whole way around, there's going to be no benefit to it at all. But you can see, I mean, you can see the conditions we're working with here. I mean, a lot of tracks in the UK are like this when it gets hot anyway. I feel like the US don't realise how lucky they are for a lot of the tracks they have. But then for me, this is just bike time. You know, it's just trying to get comfortable on a bike. I don't look into it too much. Especially it's like a private hire day if there's only 10 to 15 of you maximum for the day. But yeah, it's pretty rough. Try and get a cheeky circle route built myself. That'd be nice. This track is called Lion's Lane. Lion with a Y. Lyon. It is open on weekends for general practice for people. It's sessioned. It's only because this is private hire day that we're able just to pull on and off the track wherever we want at any time. But yeah, for other things, so like landing jumps like this, the front end felt really good. Flat landing stuff like this, front end felt really good. But yeah, it was just the braking bumps that seemed to be beating me up a little bit. I feel so comfortable on this bike seat bounce and stuff as well. It's just so nice to seat bounce. It doesn't give me any issues at all. One thing that was quite weird that I done for the first time on this day that you're watching was tapping the back brake in the air to drop the front end down, but I'd done it on the hand brake on the left here, and it felt so nice. It felt so good, just not doing it with my foot. It's just a little like blip, just blip, done, and it was so nice. I loved it. But yeah, sorry, go off of a bit of a tangent there. Keep us busy whilst we wait for these races to happen. Should be the LCQs right now. We'll see what happens. You do loud two-stroke noises. Yeah, BP said so. There is a guy, I don't know his name. I've been told his name at least 2 different times. But there was a guy that was doing the UK Arena Cross in the AMS class, not Pro class, but on a VARG. And he's like hot shit on a mountain bike as well. And he's just basically given motocross a go, and he's very, very good. But apparently he's going to try and do some French stuff this year. But they've got a rule, because he's on a VARG, he has to set something up so his bike makes some kind of noise, even if that's like a little speaker on the bike pushing noise out of it, which I just think is so funny. How many times have I crashed hard in my life? Not that many, actually. I tore my ACL and my meniscus, but that wasn't even from a bad crash. That was putting my leg down and stretching ligaments and then hyperextending my leg, which is when they snapped, so that wasn't even a crash. I busted my nose once by going over the bars pretty damn hard. I also went over the bars pretty hard another time when I was younger, seat bouncing going wrong. I dislocated my shoulder by having someone else land on me after a crash. And other than that, touch wood, I haven't had any massively bad ones. Get the old JBL speaker out and be like, yeah, babe. Yeah, get some like playing cards and put it in the spoke, so it's like just popping around behind you. So the track that I'm going to be going to, it is hard pack in most places, but then a lot of the turns it also gets quite deep ruts, but it's like a super tacky kind of rut. So it's not like a deep, loamy dirt. It's like a hard pack turns into tacky deep rut in some places. I don't actually know, Sonny, to be honest. I think it's just turn up and play. Best thing to do, to be fair, is, I mean, most tracks in the UK, just have a look at their Facebook page and see what announcements they put. When I say massive ruts, I don't mean like you'll be dragging foot pegs absolutely everywhere. I just mean for someone like me, it can probably get a bit technical. Let's have a look. Who's the best person to watch? No, you know what? We'll just go on YouTube. Oh, we'll get rid of the ads. Right, 1 second. No, I wasn't at Bromsborough. I saw GoPros of it and I was just like, yeah, you know what, I can't be arsed. That looks like garbage, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm not upset that I missed it. My hey, what's up, hello. Look pretty as soon as you came in the door. I do, yes, I do have a brother. So when obviously I know this is all relative, when I say deep ruts, I just mean shit like this here, on the inside. I know this one here looks actually mint, to be honest. But you see where it goes from like hard packy bits to then a tacky deep rut in the corner. This is what I'm shit at, and always have been shit at. So some people look at that and they'll just absolutely lick their lips and be like, that looks insane. Whereas, why is that just disappeared? There we go. Whereas I look at that and be like, oh god, I'm going to lean the bike over too far or not far enough. But yeah, this is yeah. So I'll be at Brookthorpe next weekend. But yeah, if you see me, come say hello. Yeah, all the AJP boards will be there. It's just, yeah, stuff like this that I'm shit at. So I'll be interested to see how it goes. See, I'm just looking at this geezer's back end through here. Like, this is... Like, that's chopped the whole way through. And that's what worries me. If I'm skipping about just on the smooth stuff, like, how's my bike going to react going through this? There's nothing that I hate more than a deep rut that has got a bunch of acceleration bumps coming out of it. So as you're still in the rut, it's like... as you're trying to get out of it. Like this, this is like nightmare to me. I know some people love this. Honestly, I'd probably go exactly where this guy's going, because that just looked like the easiest option. Like, that inside looks minging. I mean, there's a tight inside of the inside, but yeah, I mean, I'd probably just go around this one. You're right, Jack. Next weekend for the AMCA. I mean, is book. When does signing in open for non-club riders or non-members? Is it a week before, so it would be as of today, or is it Monday that it opens? Oh, you're off. You're there for the service. Best of luck, sir. You can see, is that so exactly the issue this guy's just had, where you can tell that he's high-sided a little bit, so he's leant a little bit too far left rather than getting enough right. So then the bike's got unsettled, and then he's like dabbing a foot. That's exactly what happens to me all the time. I struggle so much with just leaning over the right amount. It takes me so long to find a nice sweet spot. Especially, I wouldn't say it's hard to do on a Varg, because I kind of use the rear brake like a clutch and try and modulate the throttle that way. But it's very hard to roll on the throttle and be smooth on it, because you haven't got a clutch. I don't know, we'll see. It can't go any worse than my Fat Cat's experience went, so I'm hoping it'll be alright. You have to stand through the entire rut. Carson, I'm too shit for that. I hate to say it. I need to know, what is this guy riding? And obviously I know it's here. Well, I need to know what exhaust he's got on, because that sounds very interesting. Oh. You don't reckon, well, on the Saturday, so it's a 2-dayer that I'm racing. The Saturday is meant to be wet, apparently. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Does anyone, what stage are we at on the night, by the way, boys? What is there still LCQs going on? Or are we getting ready for main events? Oh, thank you much, Double Dose. Once you get on the gas and the right, you can't let off or your whole side, even quarter throttle, try and avoid blipping and carry momentum. Yeah, no, I completely agree. And the thing is, in my head, I know what to do. It's just executing that. So I know it's, you know, like stand up all the way until you get into the corner, then sit down, leg out at the same time, look towards the end of it, roll on the throttle and try and carry some good rolling speed rather than just chopping it or banging open the throttle. Like, just try and be smooth with it. It's trying to put that into practice. Just takes a little bit of time. Yeah, always easier said than done. Yeah, yeah. That's what the Varg's quite good with, to be honest, is I ain't got to worry about making sure I'm in the right gear or anything. I just have to make sure my body position's right. You know, something else that I'm very bad with, that I've never ever done in my entire life, which I think negatively impacts me quite a lot, is I've never, like, re-gripped with my throttle hand, ever. So if I grab the throttle at the start of a race, middle, I will never rotate it around to grab it again, so it's like straight when I'm wide open. because I always find that hella sketchy as I'm going into a corner, that I've then kind of like got to do that again going into the turn. So I'll be neutral to begin with, and then I accelerate coming out of the corner, so I'm going along a straight with like my wrist really bent. And as soon as I'm hitting bumps with my wrist bent like that, that's when all of like the strength and energy goes, because my positioning's really shit at that point. It's something I've never ever done. I have no idea how to like practice to start doing it without getting sketchy. Do you find it hard you can't use the gears for speed checks? Not so much. You have a rough idea of how fast you're going anyway, just by feel, and you can adjust your engine braking as much as you like. So if you want more engine braking, as soon as you shut off, it'll help you slow down more. But one thing I noticed was in that GoPro footage that I just showed you of me, some of the jumps there, I hitting it on the Varg absolutely fine. I then rode a Triumph 450 on that same track on that same day, and I would hit jumps where I felt like I wasn't going very fast, and I would overjump them on the 450. So it is weird how even just the noise of a bike does help you with things like that, but you get used to it quite quickly. No, Charlie will not be there. It's a bit too far for him. And my field of view is 115, 115. See, I don't know what it is, but since I've started riding again properly, as of like the start of this year, I've been pretty comfortable on jumps, all things considered. As long as there's not like super deep ruts up the face of it. Like if it's just a fairly smooth jump face, I've got no issue with trying to jump it at all. Which is weird, because when I used to ride a lot when I was a teenager, it was my jumping that was shit, and I'd actually be alright in corners. It's like I've just done a complete 180. I think Triumph 450, pretty damn good bike, to be honest. It doesn't feel like it wants to rip your arms off at all. Like, it is still quite tame and quite mellow, but it turns really nicely. No, not really got too much more input than that, to be honest. I only rode it for 3, maybe 4 laps max, but yeah, she was good. Solid bike. Didn't really have any massive complaints about it at all. Hit the triple at Brookie or I'm setting my tent on fire. Yeah, as long as it's not rotted up the face of it, I should have no issue with tripling it. Probably within like 30 minutes, yeah, sunny. No, I'm not allowed to bum BP in the van, unfortunately, because he's taking his missus with him, so that space has been taken. I did say I'll sleep in the corner of the bed and I'll keep quiet to myself, but he didn't seem too keen on that idea. But I'm taking Linda with me as well now, so I have ordered a tent, and that is what we will be doing. Yeah, I've not got enough data to be able to do any sort of live streaming. I get like 2 gig of data a month, which is just disgustingly low. Right, what are we doing tonight? So, 20 minutes ago is when the LCQ servers went up. So we shouldn't actually be that far away from the main event server going up. What else we got going on? Wes says, anyone using dirty tactics to ruin championships will be missing the outdoor season. Please keep it clean. Are you saying that to the EU boys? Is there... I thought it was just NA that there was drama between like Brock and Panda and Team Tactics going there. I didn't know there's anything in EU. What's the stakes tonight? So in the West Coast for EU 250s tonight, Aqua only needs to get 17th or better. So that's basically a given. In EU East, Victor and Neon are separated by 10. Victor needs a 7th or better. I'm actually I'm crossing my fingers and my toes for Victor. I absolutely love him. Very, very nice man. I'd love Victor to get a championship. Even if it is the kiddies championship in 250s. And I'll be honest, he's probably one of the biggest men in the 450 class, so chucking him on a 250, that boy probably looks huge. Thoughts on the Jan starting in third? What, like third gear? I have no thoughts. There's nothing wrong with that. That sounds very, very normal. It's all gearing dependent as well. Using a private wheel texture? What do you mean by wheel texture? Do you mean like the aesthetics of it? Have I still got the Enduro tyre on? I think I have. No, there was an Enduro tyre mod basically released on MXB mods not that long ago. And I'm just running that. It's not private at all, it's on MXB mods. It's there somewhere, I don't know the exact naming of what it's called. I don't change those sorts of things very often. No, I don't think it's Patusta's one at all. I want to say maybe it was Dash Pack that put it on there. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Flat Off and Newly. Yeah, that's shit timing. Oh, would you consider getting the arm pump surgery though? Because I feel like that's a bit extreme to me. So I think this is probably a good time for me to go and make myself a bit light again. I always seem to have to do one of these per stream, which I do apologise for. But feel free to keep yourselves entertained. Actually, to keep you entertained, let me have a look. See what state we're in. No, there's ads going on right now on Cupcake's Twitch, which makes me think the LCQs have finished and they're loading 250 servers. So I'll be back in a second, boys. I need to poo, basically, is what I'm saying. Oh, never mind. Aiden has just confirmed apparently it'll be our first night. So as soon as I get back, we should be loading into our server to do our race. So BRB. Basically fell out of me. That was lovely. No announcements just yet for the 450 servers. Fairly calm in aerial chat as well. Hello, Oasis. I don't know actually about if 450s are first in real life this week. I don't know if it was just because the 450 championships are kind of all finished now for the EU. I think Tyler's already won it. It's already done. Pro flip. Nice. I thought you was going somewhere else with that holes, where you said you bring in the 55-incher. If, this is all very theoretical, but on the days that I go racing now, I mean, I don't know how often it's going to be. This is going to be the second one of the year. Did you guys prefer if I just pick out, like, what I think would be the most interesting race of the weekend? Bear in mind there's like 4 races, I think, plus qualifying. Or would you guys prefer I upload all of them as different videos? Although I imagine that'd be quite overwhelming and then might get a bit stale because it's basically the same thing 4 or 5 different times. Or do I maybe take all of them and cut out any boring bits in the middle maybe and just try and find battles or passes and merge all them together? Yes, Vendrami's on very, very high ping. Not ideal. It seems like it's a bit of a slow night tonight. The general pace of play seems to be taking its time, waiting for the race servers to go up. Actually, let me try it. I haven't tried an alternative line here once yet, so we go double in. That's slower. As soon as I see that you have to take off of a 5-footer, it's slower, because you're just in the air for so long. So that's why nobody's taken it. Server be up. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 20-minute overview of the weekend. Could do. I could do. My, I always have the idea of trying to turn it into almost like a vlogging style. But with every fibre of my being, I can't stand the concept of standing there in a public place talking to a camera filming myself. Don't understand how people do it. Like, it feels so awkward. I didn't even like doing it in the privacy of my hotel room for the EICMA event. I hated it so much. I'm quite like an anxious person anyway. Like, I don't talk much. So the idea of standing there talking to the camera, which would then make other people look at me, I hate. Really, really hate it. Is it something feels like really off? It's like my camera or my monitor doesn't feel like it's in the right place at all at the moment. I can't tell why. Is it like too far that way or too far that way? I don't know. Feels off. Feels wrong. Maybe that's why I was getting dookied on the rebirth earlier as well. No, you don't need to give your faults. You'll just say that I was shit. Very, very short overview and faults. One thing I'm very excited for, actually, is seeing how good the Varg is out the gate on like a normal kind of dirt. Because having only ridden it in the sand at the moment, I'm pretty shit on sand in general anyway. Well, I would argue my starts are probably the best part of my whole weekend at Fat Cats. So yeah, I'm interested to get it out of the gate on a more normal kind of dirt. I'm almost tempted to set another mapping just for the start. So the bike's rapid out the gate and then it's got like a bunch of engine braking to help me into turn 1. And then change out of that mapping once I'm around turn 1, and just to my normal race mapping. It depends on track conditions, Lukey. Sometimes, if it's like a little bit more loamy, I'll run like 55. If it's a little bit more hard packy, I'll run 52. So the GoPro that I posted yesterday, where it was more hard pack with some flints in there, so it was fairly shiny, I ran it in 52. What is that? What am I looking at here? Is this like a house on the outskirts of a stadium, or is this? Am I seeing like a wall from a different angle? I have no idea. Oh, no, 40 feels slow for me now. I mean, 55 for me feels good at most places, because you haven't got to, like, hit a corner perfect just to get a jump coming out of it. Like, you can be fairly slow, and then as long as you get the bike in a straight line and twist and go, there's not really many jumps you can't get over. God. What's the time? It's only 10:15 my time and I'm already tired, and I took an additional nap midday today. I've been sleeping so much recently and just not feeling awake. We've got a Jenny next weekend. I don't think I need a Jenny for anything other than pumping the airbed up. So I imagine I can just drive off-site to get food and stuff. So it's not like I have to store anything for the nights. In terms of like keeping a fridge cooled or something like that. And I've got power banks to like charge the phones afterwards. So I might be alright. And Ben's got the big Jenny sorted as well. So I'll see. We'll see. I'll ask him as well. Alright. It is race time, gamers. I didn't choose my gate. Shit. Oh my god, how's this happened? Okay. You know what? If I get a semi-decent start, I might just be that guy who doesn't brake for turn 1. I mean, Tyler's already won the championship. So if he falls victim to me into this corner, it really doesn't matter. It's your last race, Rubes. Have you got 50 points yet? Because I'm very annoyed with you, sir, after you said you'd be racing this season to keep that number 2 after I wanted it. Right. Let's see how this goes. Wish me luck. That was a very quick gate drop, holy. Oh, I'm so dead. Yeah, I'm braking. If you want to move over on me, I'll do the same. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, actually, don't matter. We'll go deep. There you go. Someone said I was getting the whole shot for the last race of the year. Inside gate OP. Jake on my booty cheeks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm dead. Why do I do it to myself? It's alright, we're back. I thought I was so tight inside there. I was like, how did Tyler get even further up the inside of me? Oh my Jesus. Diego's dead. Was that? I don't think that was Stone Rider. I didn't see the last name. I think the ping might be a bit too high to be Stone Rider. Well, boys, if how's Isaac there? What's going on? If we still did prize money for whole shots, I'd be like a whole $5 richer right now. Am I in 3rd or 4th? I got a second of cuts for doing that. That's what I do know. Oh, neither. I'm in 5th. Okay. Well, because I can't downside that damn tabletop right. They all went downhill after that. Is Tyler going over? He is going over. Let's see time-wise. Actually, it wasn't that big of a difference, I don't think. One thing that does annoy me, which it never used to happen, but it happens a lot to me now, is it takes me a long time to get any sort of a flow going in the race. I spend the first half wobbling around and crashing a lot, and then after that is when I start getting a flow going, but it's usually too late by then. I've already given myself too much work to do. I'd say I thought I could hear someone on my cheeks. We don't mind letting Cam by, it's just a matter of time. So we won't try and fight that. Oh, front end saying no in the sand. $50 if I win. Oh, you are safe, Ben. You are safe. Is this Benny Landry from MX Simulator as well from back in the day? If so, that is a name that I've not seen in a minute. Yeah, we've got a bit of room behind us. It's not... Okay, just wanted to confirm. What am I doing? Better run through the whoops that time, though. Oh, I tell you, my front end not liking that sand whatsoever. Not good. Okay, you can get away with over jumping that triple, no problem. Splashes on my titties. Didn't know he was doing it. That's weird. Oh no, they reset the region lock for this last round for some reason. I guess I'm gonna have to get out of the way because I keep messing up this rhythm section. Even though I was getting it no problem at all in the heat race. I have regressed in skill in the space of the last 30 minutes. I've got to give that inside up to him. I can't fight that. Had a great run on the exit of the sand. And never mind. I'm going to stay left, otherwise he's going to land on me. Not sure why this finish line's like double the length of every other finish line we've had this year. Yes. Oh, too far wide. Just a little check to make sure I'm not cutting anyone's nose off as I come back into the racing line. Boy, it's kind of barking. I mean, everyone's kind of barking. I'm the one that's stinking up the place right now. Best lap's a 51. I'm never usually like 2 seconds off my qualifying time, or off of my best lap time. Christ, I can't even follow her up. Yo, you. It's getting to the point where I'm wondering if I even have my setup up. It feels very uncomfortable in the corners as well. Am I running just a stock Yami by mistake? Get justice for the dirty pass? No. I don't think there's no justice needed. I mean, Rax got banned for a week, and yeah, we move on from there. Yeah, we've had a lot of gifted members recently, and I really do appreciate it, boys. I like seeing people with green names. It feels a little bit more special, doesn't it? Although I wish people's names change colour with like the length of time they'd been a member for. I know that you have like the little emblem next to it, but yeah, it'd be nice if the names changed as well. YouTube, please fix. Please make the live streaming experience better. I don't understand how these boys are getting around like these flat corners so quick. Anyway, I think I'm riding bad now. I'm just trying to imagine how terrible it would have been if I actually gave that TM a shot. We got into lappers so quick. No idea where that bike was about to end up. I'm pretty sure I've cut Boy's nose off at least 10 times in the last 3 laps, and it's not even intentional. Do not know how these guys are getting so much drive through them whoops. Oh, front end almost went. I was then over too far. I always used to think that I was much better at Supercross and outdoors. I mean, that was very true for me in Sim. Felt like it was true for me in the first couple of years of playing bikes. But I cannot comprehend how absolute dumpster cheeks I have been at Supercross this year. I don't understand how it's transitioned to being this bad. And I haven't recorded them, so you can only take my word for it. I mean, I guess you can look at results, but the 2 GP rounds that I had done actually went really, really well and felt comfortable too. Maybe I'm transitioning to being an outdoor guy as I crash and now get stuck in this trench. I'm stinking up the place right now. I got cuts for that as well. Yeah, that's great. Definitely think I deserve that. Oh, get over it. There we go. No, I very much doubt AP's lurking in my chat. I very much doubt that. I think, yeah, no, that's completely fine. One thing that I've not been able to work out really from my own riding this year is obviously I've said that these Supercross tracks are the easiest ones that we've ever had, yet I've been making more mistakes on these than I have done on any tracks in the past. And I'm trying to work out how that works. Because then I could say, oh, I'm just not good at the flat tracks, I much prefer rutted ones and I can take my time a bit more and everyone else is going like a bit slow overall. But then I do really well on tracks like Hangtown from last year, for example, which were basically just wide open, smooth everywhere. So I don't know what I really do well with. I mean, sand tracks are always good fun for me. I always seem to do well on sand tracks. You know, on completely smooth tracks like this, even though I consider them to be easy, I think it's because we are trying to push so hard on them to gain that time on each other. That's why a lot of mistakes are made. Because I don't understand how people can go a second and a half a lap quicker around here than I already am if I'm doing all the same lines. I don't know where it comes from. I think it is purely just staying super low through the rhythms. Blame it on the grip? No, can't blame it on anything because it's the same track and the same grip for everybody. No one to blame other than myself. Maybe a lot of it's probably a mental thing as well, because it's like if I'm not particularly vibing with the tracks, because they're ones that I know that I don't really enjoy, it probably translates over to the racing side of it as well. Whereas then when we get to outdoors, I'm like, oh my god, these tracks are great. Because I've really enjoyed the GP tracks we've had so far this year. Maybe it all translates probably. No different to, I guess, if the real life riders rock up to a wet race and like Justin Barsha and Aaron Plessinger are licking their lips knowing they're going to have a good day, and then it translates to be that exact way. Keep over jumping this, it's starting to hit on my titties. Pretty aggressive high side, wasn't it? This season's also been very different to the others for me, because it usually takes me a few rounds to get going and then I'm better towards the back end. Whereas this year, I feel like after like round 5, with the exception of Daytona, it's been awful. But like round 1, I was great. I had that massive comeback from last up to, what was it, like 3rd, 2nd, something like that. But then, and then Tampa, I got that win. And Daytona, I got 2nd when it felt like I could have won it. I just choked quite a lot. And it's got worse and worse and worse. Need something fresh, something different. Get me outdoors. Get me at Parlour. Oh, god damn it, Linda, what are you doing? I'll stretch that out. Paste that. Now I've got lappers unlapping themselves because I'm making mistakes. Suspension and rebounding loads. Uh-oh. Yep. Oh, that was coming. Boing. Do you know what who I'm a little bit disappointed in today? Is old Tyler Jet. Blood has won the championship. Why is he still rocking up on a Yamaha again? Mix it up. Actually, why is he riding at all? Put down the controller for a week. I don't think I'd show up if I'd already won a championship and I had rounds spare. I think when I done that back in 22, I rocked up in the next round of an auto. Oh no. Jesus. Something that the only thing that makes me a little bit concerned for the outdoors season this year is I know for a fact, I have a very strong inclination that there is going to be absolutely zero amendments made to the way these OEM bikes make the road. So I'm curious to see what sort of death holes we're going to get throughout the outdoors, since it's been very sketchy on the indoors so far. The outdoor is a combination of Stone Rider, JV, and Hill Machine. Which I believe is the same setup that we had last year. I don't think I really saw anyone having any issues with last year's outdoors tracks. And they will have ruts. You see that my bike's just not... It's not settling. But in that sand, it's not wanting to get cranked over into that inside rut. So I need to have a look when this is done to see if I do have a setup on at all, or if I'm just riding like Dookie. So I'm not far away from getting lapped. I think we've only got 2 laps left. I might get away with it. The tyre's having a bit of a stinky one. I imagine he's not trying particularly hard since he's already got the championship. Trying to keep an eye on where Rax is. He's just going around the right-hander before the Soupy triple. I think he might be on his last lap now, so I think if I can get to the finish line, I might get away with not being lapped. There's actually positions in front of me. I'm guessing everyone's having a bit of a sketchy back half of this race. I don't even know who the guy is in P4. There's Jess. Don't know. I guess it's one of the Americans that have changed for the last round. There you go, yeah, last lap now, so I just got away with not being lapped. So that might be, I think I've got quite a few cuts, we'll see. Could be a P5 that I might have just salvaged here on the last 2 laps, somehow. Oh my god, breakout ride for Linz, crazy, at round 17. Oh, you mother trucker. Yeah, I can't lose any positions, everyone's been lapped. And the next position's 10 seconds up the road. So we are Gucci. Ah, no. Oh, I almost got away with the old double front flip. Go. Oh, he on X Games mode. I do have a setup on. Okay. It just feels horrible. It feels horrific. But I told you, I'm having a bad gamer day today. I think my thumbs just aren't working, but yeah, well, fifth. Fifth is what we're rocking with. Let's have a look. Yes, I had suspension on. It just didn't feel like it was doing anything. So yeah, very, very stinky. How far off was I in terms of lap times? Cam had a 49.1 during that. Holy shit, I was 11th. Wow, that was bad. Oh, thank you very much, Jerry. Thank you. I know, roll on the outdoors, boys. I'm so much more looking forward to it. We have survived 16 rounds of mid. And the reason I say 16 is because I still, with chest, I will say I absolutely loved Daytona. I thought Daytona was unreal. And we got the whole shot in the last round, even if I did decide to choke it half a lap later. But we are finally done. We've not got to touch these tracks ever again. Which I think is a win. I think it's a W. Should be good fun. I haven't watched the clip where he said he was retiring. Just someone told me to. Because someone that told me he was just part of this community, to be fair, and he was like, oh, why don't you cover for him? And I was like, I don't think those are shoes anyone can really fill, unfortunately. Kellen done such a good job, not only from like a production standpoint, but he is so knowledgeable on everything that goes on in that community and who people are, people's results over all the years, because he's been around it for so long. I don't really think there's anybody that can do it to the same level. I would never want to do it for multiple reasons. First one is, I don't even think people in Sim like me, because I do dog on Sim quite a lot these days. I'm not invested in the Sim racing at all, so I don't think you should really be commentating over something you don't care about. Yeah, I don't think it'll be good. But yeah, that was the final round. I got 5th, which is better than all the 7ths I've been getting. Still not great though. Still very, very slow for whatever reason. So what I need to do is, before the first round of outdoors, I think I just need to try and decide on a bike. Because I do a lot of switching, and I don't think I really ever give myself time to feel comfortable on something. So I need to try and lock in on a bike, find a setup that works for it, and just ride only that. And whichever bike that may be, it's still going to have a number 1 plate on it for outdoors anyway, which is good. Probably will only have the red plate on it for the first round, because I imagine it will go downhill after that. But we shall see. I'm not going to hang around and sit here and watch the 250 races with you, because, to be honest, I don't care for it at all. The only positive that could come out of that is hopefully seeing Victor win the championship tonight, which I think will be great. But you boys are welcome to go over to Twitch, hop into Cupcake stream and watch those main events there. That should be good. And apparently Breezy, I didn't even know Breezy was doing 250s. So go and enjoy that. I will try to get a fun stream up between now and the first round of outdoors. Just bear in mind that I won't be streaming next Friday, because I will be in a random field in some part of the UK. So I will not have any internet access to stream for you. So I will love and leave you. We've had an interesting season, but you've all come back week in and week out, which I really do appreciate. It does mean the most to me. I do mean it, even if I seem like a moody old man a lot of the time. So I'm hoping this outdoor season will be much more enjoyable as well. I'm looking forwards to it. Should be good fun, and I'm hoping that I will actually like it at the same time as playing it as well, and not just feel like obliged to show up each week just to show face. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks from now for that race. I'll probably see you a little bit before that for a fun stream at some point. So have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Thank you as always. Goodbye.